seated. Thanks, guys. Good morning. On behalf of Putnam Middle School's faculty, staff, and administration, welcome to the 2013 8th Grade Honors and Awards Day ceremony. It has been a very exciting year, filled with much learning, growth, and laughter. And now, as we prepare to leave, many memories as well. I speak for all of the 8th grade teachers, faculty, and staff when I say, we believe that all of these students are capable of and headed towards many excellent adventures as they enter this next phase of their lives. So let us join together this morning to celebrate the many successes of this year and usher in the next stage of life for these students. At this time, I would like to present and recognize the top male and female student. When thinking of these two students, the words that came to mind immediately were determination, perseverance, and exploration of knowledge. These students have earned the highest grade point average in each of their gender groups respectively. If I call your name, please come to the stage and receive your medal. Top male student, Mr. Desmond English. And now for the top female student, Miss Diamond Daniel. At this time, I would like to invite our very own student body president, Ms. Chandria Mack, to the stage.
Good morning. I'd like to give you a brief biography of our guest speaker today, Mr. John Cox. John J. Cox was born and raised in Birmingham and is a product of city schools, including Putnam Middle School. After graduating from Fairfield High School with honors, he went on to Morehouse College in Atlanta. After graduating from Morehouse, he went on to Vanderbilt University School of Divinity. After graduating from Vanderbilt, John returned to Birmingham and began working at JCCEO Development Program. One of the programs John created was the Breakfast Club. It was open to all students and exposed and inspired students to be their best selves. The program has been going on successfully for 5 years. John is active in sports, playing football and basketball. He loves traveling, has seen much of the United States, South America, the Caribbean, and parts of Western Europe. He is also an ordained elder in the Primitive Baptist Church and works alongside his father as associate pastor of New Rising Star Primitive Baptist Church. He has an older sister and a younger brother. It is now my great pleasure that I introduce to you Mr. John Cox.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So good to see you all. Happy to be here to celebrate such a fantastic occasion. Let me begin by saying I've gotten to know a lot of your sons and daughters over the last 3 years at Putnam Middle School, working with them through the Breakfast Club. It has been a tremendous thing for me. I know why some of your hair is gray. I know why some of you seem to be in need of a vacation. But I can also see a lot of the good work that you've done and a lot of the wonderful things that you've placed inside of these young people. And so I applaud your efforts and say keep up the good work. Now, it is great, with great remorse, I think, that I say this. I will not be here next year for the Breakfast Club. So you all are my last group of 8th graders. I've just gotten a great opportunity in Houston, Texas. So I'll be moving in a couple of weeks out west. Know that I'll miss you, know that I love you, and know that you'll always be in my heart. So I wanted to make sure that I told all of you that. So, it was October 20th, 1968. It was the 8th day, the 19th Olympiad held in Mexico City, Mexico. This was an unusual occasion because this Olympic Games was going to be the 3rd fall Olympic Games, Summer Olympic Games held in the fall. It was also going to be a games held at a height that had never been held before. It's going to be 7,349 feet above sea level. Despite that height, it was not able to escape the tragedy of 300 Mexico City University students being killed for protesting 10 days before the opening ceremony. Despite that great height, it was not going to be able to escape the senselessness of the war in Vietnam. Despite that height, it was not going to be able to escape the great tragedy happening in America that 6 months and 16 days prior, Dr. Martin Luther King had been killed. All of that being said, this stadium was prepared for its last track and field event. The marathon was going to be there. The stadium was filled with people, and it had already been the scene that was ripe for drama, because this is the place where the protest happened with the 200-meter gold and silver medalists, Tommy Smith and John Carlos, as the national anthem was being played, bowed their heads and raised gloved fists. So the crowd was ready for something special to happen. 3 p.m. into the 73-degree heat walked 75 runners, prepared for this marathon. This 26-mile, 385-yard race was going to finish track and field for the year. So onto the track walked the 5'6", 110-pound, 26-year-old Tanzanian runner by the name of John Stephen Aguirre. Mr. Aguirre was not mentioned among those favored to win, although his personal career best, 2 hours, 5 minutes and 15 seconds, would have been enough to win. He wouldn't post that time for another 2 years. Despite all of that, the gun was sounded and they were off, out into the streets of Mexico City. And that's where you are, young people. Today the gun will sound. Today you will be off into the next new venture. It's days like this when it's easy to live because everybody's smiling at you. People you don't know are going to give you money. Your children, your friends are going to be gathering for fellowship, and your parents are going to let you go places and do things they don't normally let you do. Enjoy it. It doesn't last always. But as you're going, you should understand that you're going towards your future, and that to get where you're going into your bright future, you won't be able to get there just by being on Facebook. You won't be able to get there just by spending all your time texting and talking to your friends. But you're going to have to sit down and do some serious thinking about who you want to be, some serious thinking about what you want to become, and some serious thinking about those things that your parents have been telling you all the while, about treating others how you want to be treated, about doing what's right even when no one is looking, about being the kind of person who you know you're supposed to be all the time, not just every now and then. All of those things are the charge to you, that if you're going to reach your bright future, you're going to need to do that. And so after 2 hours of this race, 36-year-old Ethiopian runner by the name of Mama Walde crossed the finish line. 2 minutes later, another guy crossed the finish line, and on and on and on. 56 guys crossed the finish line. Along the way, 18 men decided they could not finish the race, and so mathematicians know that 56 across, 18 didn't finish, 74 have finished the race. 74 runners have been accounted for. However, I told you 75 men started on this race. So everyone wants to know, where is the 75th runner? John Stephen Aquari. The record is that he had fallen out in the city and hurt his right leg badly. Everyone assumed he had stopped. Because of the height, it was hard to breathe. Because of the heat, it was hard to go on. And surely because of his injury, he had given up as well, but no. Time has gone by. The stadium is empty. John Stephen Aquari limps onto the track, leg heavily bandaged. Around the track he goes. He crosses the finish line, and everyone begins to laugh. People want to know, why in the world is he crossing the finish line? Some reporter, filled with courage, asked John and Stephen Aquari, why did you do it? The crowd is all gone. No one's here to celebrate you. The awards have long since been given out. Why did you cross the finish line? The height alone made breathing difficult. The heat alone made running difficult. Why would you go on? John Stephen Aquari looked at that reporter. And he said, the good people of Tanzania who have struggled to do what was right, who are trying to make ends meet and look out for their children, did not send me 5,000 miles to start a race, but they sent me 5,000 miles to finish a race. And as he was saying those words, you could hear the words from Edgar Guest's poem that I want to leave with you 8th graders today. The poem is called See It Through. And it says, when you're up against the trouble, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, square your shoulders. Plant your feet and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fail, but you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerves desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If the worst is bound to happen, in spite of all that you may do, running from it will not save you. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile when with trouble you're beset. But remember, you are just facing the same things other men have met. You may fail, but fall still fighting. Don't give up whatever you do. Eyes front, head high to the finish. See it through.
Good morning. At this time, we will have Mrs. Smith come and present the award for FBLA.
Kenneth Hatcher, Catherine Juarez, Michelle Reynolds, Simone Stiles, Corey Toles, Nicholas Wilson, Deborah Roy, Tamara Coleman, Tanisha Ruffin, and Taylor Witt. The Future Business Leaders of America is the core curriculum to our business technology program. And might I add, and I'm going to give myself a little encouragement here. Putnam Middle School chapter is the leading FBLA chapter in the Birmingham City School System. And I would hope that as our students progress to middle school, that they will continue to be a part of the Future Business Leaders chapter. In this, with our activities, our students conduct community service activities. They attend conferences, our Joint Leadership Conference, our National Fall Conference, which was in Charlotte, North Carolina this year. We had a business excursion trip to Atlanta, where we had a 2-day event in Turin, CNN, Coca-Cola, Federal Reserve Bank, and also the Business Marketing Day at Six Flags. And also, what I'd like to do at this time is to recognize those students who actively participated in these activities for this year. And being a part of FBLA requires more than just joining and coming to a meeting. You have to be actively involved because it does develop leaders and characters. So at this time, I would like for the following students to stand where you are, and you will receive your medallions after the program. Kenneth Hatcher, Michelle Reynolds, Eugene Alden, Olivia Blakely, and Diamond Daniels. And some of these students also participated in our state competition. Congratulations to you. You may be seated. And our last award is an award that we give to an individual who I consider to be the top student in the FBLA chapter for the 8th grade level, somewhat of a pinnacle award. And this individual, I'm very proud to present this award because they started with us in the 6th grade. And they've been a member of the chapter for all 3 years that they've been a part at Putnam Middle School. They actually came in running as vice president. They informed me that the president was not doing her job and that I needed to impeach her. This is when she was in the 6th grade. But thereafter, she continued to be a part, to be in office, and as a matter of fact, this year she was our president. So I refer to none other than Miss Diamond Daniels. And I would like to thank those parents who allowed your child to participate in FBLA. It is a rewarding program, and I've challenged other students to become a part of it. You don't have to necessarily take the class to be a part of FBLA. And what I'd like to do at this time as I leave is to call Diamond Daniels up for a special presentation. Thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of the 2012 Volleyball City Champs, I would like to give our wonderful coach, Mr. Leroy Washington, a special gift from us to you for being a wonderful coach and father figure to us.
I talked to it. Actually, though, this is truly a surprise because I never look for anything out of my girls. It's just that I want them to grow up and just be wonderful young ladies and to pursue, even go far. I've had so many to go on in college and started at Putnam School and just went on. These girls are very special because they were the last group of girls that I had in the 6th grade before I retired from the classroom. So they're very special, and I want to just say thank you so much.
At this time, we will have Mr. Higgs, our assistant principal, and Mrs. Dow, our school principal, come and present the awards to the Putnam Middle School class of 2013.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 8th grade ceremonial list, absolutely, for 2013. First of all, I'd like to mention here about the top female student and the number one of all, Diamond Daniels. Number 2 overall, Lakira Page, Rose Page. Number 3 overall, Deborah Roy. Number 4 overall, Chandra Mack. Number 5 overall, Jaquish Wilson. Number 6 overall, Taylor Witt. Caleb Witt, number 6 overall. Anisha Blackman, number 7 overall. Number 8 overall, Kamaya Coleman. Number 9 overall, Leona Ferguson. Number 10 overall, Catherine Juarez. Top male student overall, Desmond English. Okay, Christopher Chapman. Tommy Chong. Ladarian Clayton. Jamaris Allen. Dorian Ayers. Janara Banks. Kiara Blackman. Olivia Blakeney. Shannon Buchanan. Aaron Cleveland. Shakaslin Craig. Okay, next row. Myandra Crosby. Keyshawn Curry. Jamaica Daniels. Deontay Davis. Kareem Dixon. Chatty Duncan. Marvin Edwards. Octavius Embry. Khalil Ingram. Maurice Evans. Anthony Ferguson. Deontay Farrell. Hannah Fowler. Lataria Fulton. Darlene Grady. Shaheem Green. Christopher Griffin. Marquez Grimmett. Bobby Hall. Keyshawn Hamilton. Krista Harris. Ladarius Harris. Kenneth Hatcher. LaQuentin Hauser. Brianna Hudley. Anisha Iverson. Trinity Jackson. Brittany Johnson. Billy Lauren Johnson. Donovan Jones Mayfield. Denadre Kimball. Jamisha Ledlow. Alicia Lee. DeMarcus Lewis. Rondarius Madison. Octavia Mahan. Jaleel Matthews. Eugene Malden. Portland McCullough. Darius McMillan. Ahara Moore. Ahara Moore. Ahara Moore. Lacoria Moore. Lacoria Morris. Anna Nelson. D'Angela Noble. Leonardo Ora. Marvin Payne. Martia Perkins. Kalia Porter. Okay. Well, okay. DeMarcus Posey. Okay, Kalia Potter. Jeffrey Pryor. Jakara Radcliffe. Michelle Reynolds. Kevin Regal. Tanisha Ruffin. Jada Sams. Diamond C or Diamond C. Lakira Simmons. Ayana Scarrett. Asia Smith. Deldrick Smith. Jonquilla Solis. Simone Stiles. Jaquilla Tate. Sharina Taylor. Quinarius Thomas. Courtney Toes. Dedrick Bond. Jasmine Warfield. Lakima Washington. Jada Wall. Trayvon Wells. Sierra Williams. Deontay Williams. Jeremy Williams. Johnny Williams. Maya Wilson. And Simone Woods.
Students, you may have a seat. I want all of my parents, grandparents, neighbors, whoever had a role in any child that's seated here, please stand and let us give you a stand. And again, to my parents, my grandparents, my adoptees, my neighbors, I want to thank you because you have sent us the very best that you had to offer. And it was our charge to not only make sure they had a safe day, but also that they would be challenged academically. We may have had a few bumps, we may have had to have some serious conversations, and we may have had to have intervention. But through that, we have helped you to become the students you will be in high school. I want to share this with you. Every one of you, when you start high school, will start with a 4.0. Whether or not you maintain that 4.0 is up to you. Homework, classwork, extra points count. If there is an opportunity for tutoring, it is not a weakness to say, I need help. Take advantage of those individuals who will come into your life with one or two things. And as my grandmother once told me, when you meet someone, you either start to act like them or they start to act like you. As a parent, I will say to you, there is no heavier burden than to raise a child to become an adult. Because when you are little, you simply are on our feet. When you get to middle school and high school and beyond, you are on our hearts. Make the very best decision that you know that you should. Not what's popular or not what's being, what somebody may pressure you to do. Say, you know what? I don't want to disappoint my mom. I don't want to disappoint my pastor. I don't want to disappoint my grandmother. Because once you leave the walls of Putnam Middle School, high school is totally different. Please believe what's coming out of my mouth. They want you to be successful, but that success will depend on every decision that you make for the rest of your life.